I'm Lovable Hatsune Miku, and today I am back with another movie review, and wow, it has been a very long time since I have done a movie review on this channel. The last one I did was based off of a Japanese horror movie, which I did not like, but today we are going to be doing something very positive today. Today I will be reviewing the newest movie from Disney and Pixar's Disney's Turning Red. I saw this yesterday, the day it came out, so I watched it and I thought, you know what, I think I'm just going to talk about this movie, and I probably should for the movie Encanto, but I will get on to that one later. So today I am just going to be talking about the movie Turning Red and my thoughts about it and what I liked about the movie and what I didn't like, and you know, the usual. But again, people, there will be major spoiler alert. I'm going to be talking about everything that happens from beginning to end, but I'm going to try and do it in under 10 minutes hopefully. So if you have not seen the movie Turning Red, please click away from this video, go watch it, and then come back after, because I don't want to get any hate for saying, oh, you spoiled the movie, even though I gave you guys a warning. So yeah, go watch the movie and then come back here. So our movie is set in Toronto in 2002, and that is awesome because I am Canadian and I have been to Toronto many times before. And no, people, I do not live in Toronto. For some reason everyone thinks I live in Toronto, even though I don't. I've been to Toronto and I like it. That's it. I'm Canadian myself, so I like that the movie is based off like Toronto and it's Canadian, so I really like that. So our story begins with this girl named Mei Ling Lee, and she's like our main protagonist, and she has turned 13, and she's like, you know what, I'm Chinese and stuff like that, I have to honor my parents and stuff like that. But then she's like, no, I'm kind of like a rebel, like honoring your parents and stuff like that. So she has like this group of friends which are really awesome, and her friends are like so supportive of her, and they're just a bunch of dorks, and they're into this town, like this boy band called Four Town or something like that, and they're kind of somewhat important to the plot of the movie and kind of not, but anyways, I'll get onto them later. And her friends are kind of like, oh, you need to like hang out with us more, but she's like, nah, I gotta help my mom at the shop because they do like this tourist attraction thing. So Mei Ling is, or I'm just gonna call her Mei. Mei is kind of like that kid that's always with her mom, like she doesn't want to let her mom down, and her mom's kind of like, oh, you have to be like this, you know, good education and perfect grades, that type of mom. But yeah, and she doesn't really let her daughter go out and have fun really, because she has to work with her at the temple. And then she's telling a story about like why this is a thing. Like she tells a story about like how this woman in the past, like their relative, like their ancestor was like her husband went to war, and then she's like, I want to protect my family, and she loved red pandas, and then she prayed to the gods, and then they turned her into a red panda, and she was able to like defend the warriors and stuff like that, and she's like passed it on to generations. And yeah, one day Mei wakes up and she turns into a giant red panda. But oh my god, the freaking dream sequence when she's having the nightmare, it was really creepy. I was actually really shocked with some of the stuff they showed. I was like, what the hell, Pixar? Oh yeah, and I forgot to say that there's actually swearing in this movie, which was really surprising. I mean, it's nothing vulgar, they just say the word crap. But at the same time, I was like, really? Because I thought I heard her say crap in some of the clips, but I was like, what? They're actually swearing? But I don't know, maybe that's just Disney or Pixar is being a little bit more. But there's more stuff I want to talk about. So anyway, she wakes up and she's a giant red panda, and her mom thinks that she's on her period and that she's getting her period, and they actually show period pads in the movie. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I never would have imagined from a Pixar movie that they would actually show period pads, so that was kind of shocking to see. But at the same time, it's like, okay. And anyways, Mei is like trying to avoid her mom, and her mom thinks that she's on her period and that she's turning into a woman and stuff like that. And the dad's just like, oh my god, it's happening and stuff like that. And I like her dad. Like, there's one scene where they introduce her dad. It's like this such satisfying looking cooking scene, and the food looks so freaking realistic. I was like, oh my god, I like the dad. The dad's pretty cool. He's like the silent type, but when he talks, he has like really awesome stuff to say. He's like the wise one of the family, but he's silent because his wife kind of does all the talking and stuff like that. So anyways, Mei is like freaking out, and then her mom's like, you know what, this has been in our family for generations, and that the mom used to be a red panda and that she learned to control it, and she keeps her red panda thing inside this necklace and something like that. And yeah, they're like, you have to go through this thing on the red moon, and you know, you can just get rid of the panda, but don't transform into the panda, because the more you do it, the more it will be hard to get rid of. So then Mei's like, okay, and she's like upset because I don't know, she's like, oh, this is the worst thing ever, kind of like puberty thing. So anyways, they go to school, and Mei's like trying to, you know, brush it off and act normal because she can't get excited or show emotion, or else she'll turn into the red panda. And her friends are like, why are you acting different and stuff like that, and she's trying to keep her cool, under control. And then there's this guy named Tyler, which I kind of liked him a lot in the movie. I kind of felt sorry for him later on towards the movie. He's kind of like that one that teases the girls and May hates him. They call him Evil Kyle or something. Or wait, it was Evil Tyler, my bad. And then, so anyway, she's in her class and she's trying to do like well, and then her mom's outside spying on her, and the mom is saying like, oh, let me in, like, you know, just tell them that I'm your mom. And she's like, you forgot your pads, and she holds up this freaking box of pads, and I laughed so hard. I was like, oh my god, Pixar, what the hell? And then May like snaps and she turns into the red panda, and she's running on rooftops and she's trying to escape, and she gets home, and then her friends see her as the red panda and they're like, you know what, we still love you, you're our girl. And I'm like, oh my god, her friends are so sweet. I wish I had friends like that growing up. And then they're like, you know what, Four Town's coming to Toronto, and you know the tickets are like $200, so they need to raise like $800 and stuff like that. So they come up with this plan. They're like, we're just gonna ask our moms, and all their moms say no. And I kind of had to agree with May's mom about going to the concert, because she's like, you know what, if you get too excited at the concert, you know, you're gonna turn into a red panda. Because she's like, oh, Four Towns, like, what the heck is that, and stuff like that. And, oh yeah, I forgot to talk about this other part in the movie, I'm so sorry. Anyways, before that, there's this guy at the convenience store that May doesn't like, but then soon later she kind of like starts to fantasize about him and drawing in her book. And then, her mom finds out, and then she kind of goes to the corner store or convenience store, and she's like, what did you do to my daughter? Like, showing him the drawings and saying like, you lost a customer. And she basically embarrasses May in front of everyone, and she's like, oh my god. And then she's like, oh, this is never gonna happen again. And then after that, that's when she turns into the red panda. Sorry, I totally forgot about that part, my bad. Anyways, so yeah, the girls are like, you know what, let's just make this club activity or something. Oh wait, sorry, I'm getting everything confused. Anyway, so they're at school, and then May learns to control, like, turning into a panda through her friends, because the friendship and support that she gets from her friends, she learns how to control, like, not turning into the red panda. But her mom thinks that she's able to control it, because May's like, oh, I just think of the people I love the most, that helps me calm down. And her mom thinks that she's talking about her, but she's not. I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, she's not gonna, like, tell her in the movie, is she? But thankfully, she never brings that up, thank god. So anyways, one of her friends is like, can you turn into a red panda, because it's cute and stuff, and then she does, and then the OMG girl finds out, and then they're like, oh, you're so cute, we'll pay you anything you want. And then they're like, okay, now we know how to get money. So they make this like fake activity club about like math or something that they're doing after school, and her mom thinks that that's what she's doing, but really they're basically just selling merch, taking pictures, and getting money from everyone at school. So they're raising all this money, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna do it, we're gonna see Four Town and stuff like that. And the mom's kind of like on to her, like, oh, is she really going to that? But then Tyler's like, you know what, I want you to come to my birthday party. And May's like, no, you're mean to me. And then he's like, I'll give you $200. And then she's like, all right, I'm in. But the night of his birthday party, her aunts and her grandma comes because they want to like prepare her for like the ritual or something, because it's on like the 28th or something. And she's like, oh, I can't go to the party. And they're all waiting, and Tyler's getting annoyed. They think that maybe she stood him up or something, but then they're like, no, she's gonna be here and stuff like that. So May like kind of fakes like she's gonna go to bed, you know, the typical sneak out thing. But then the grandma has a word with her saying like, you know, don't let the family down, like, you know, it's your mom and I used to be close and stuff like that, like, don't let that happen to you. And they're basically telling her to never turn into the red panda again. And then May's kind of thinking like, oh, maybe I should. And she does show up at the party, but she's like, I'm not sure if I should do it. And then her friends are like, you know what, I'll not go to the concert, type of thing. Like, you guys go, I'll stay. And then they're like, oh no, we all gotta go. This will be our chance to become women and stuff like that. So then May's like, you know what, screw it. And then she turns into the red panda, and they're all having fun, which actually I had a good time watching that. It was fun. I'm like, oh, they're all having such a good time. And then her mom later finds out that she's not at home, and I can't remember how she finds out. Oh yeah, she looks under her bed and she finds out that like all this stuff that they've been doing, like the pictures and the merch. She's like, what the heck? And then she sees the flyer for Tyler's birthday party, and then they're on the roof in this gorgeous shot of Toronto and the CNA Tower. That was so freaking gorgeous. I loved it. They're all like on the roof and they're celebrating, and they're like, yeah, we did it. We're gonna go see Four Town. And then they're listening to a radio. Oh wait, they're first of all, the friends are like, you know what, maybe you shouldn't, like, get rid of the red panda, because they're like, oh, we like this new side of you, because she's kind of like a rebel, and then she's kind of thinking of it, and then the radio turns on, saying that 4town is going to be playing the same night as, the ceremony thing, and then she's kind of getting pissed off, because she's like, what do you mean, like, how am I going to go see 4town now, because it's on the night of the ceremony? And then Tyler's like, hey, like, can you come back down? We want more rides and to hang out. And then she kind of loses it, and she gets mad and almost attacks him. And then, lo and behold, her mom shows up, and she is not happy. She's pissed off, and Tyler's parents are pissed off, saying that she's a bad influence. And then there's a sad scene where the mom basically gets really mad at May's friends, saying, like, you guys are bad influences of her. She never used to be like that. You guys should stay away. And they May literally throws them under the bus, making it look like they actually were, like, the bad influences. And then they're like, oh, they're gonna go to, like, 4town without her, and the ceremony's gonna happen. And when they do the ceremony, it's really cool. They sing, like, this song, and there's a blue circle. But before that, the dad finds the videotape that they did, and he's like, oh, I like this new side of you, like, maybe you shouldn't change. And May's kind of like, oh, maybe... I like the moment that she has with her dad. It's really cool. I really like her dad. I kind of wish he was in the movie a lot more, but I like it when he talks. He has, like, really good stuff to say. So anyways, they do the ceremony, and she's in, like, this other realm, like, bamboo forest looking thing. It's really cool, actually. I was wondering what it was in the trailer. And, there's, like, this portal thing, and if you go through it, the panda will go through the other side that you're walking into, and May tries to go through it, and she almost does fully, but then she's like, nah, I'm gonna keep the red panda, I like this new me. And then her mom's pissed, like, you know what, we'll try it again. And then she's like, no, I'm keeping the red panda. And then her mom's like, what are you talking about, like, this isn't you. And then she tries to escape, and I think May breaks her mom's necklace thing that seals the red panda, and then she escapes, and she's like, I'm going to 4town. And holy shit, this is where shit hits the fan. Like, literally, her mom's necklace breaks the more she gets angry, and she transforms into this giant ass red panda. And I was like, what the freaking hell? So anyways, they're at the concert, and her friends are kind of sad that they're not here. And then she shows up, and they all make up, and they're friends. And then the funniest scene in the whole movie was when Tyler shows up at the concert, and he's, like, fangirling at the boy band when they're on stage, and they're all like, oh, we love you all of a sudden, because they're like, oh my god, you like 4town like us. And they just completely accept him. Like, whatever happened in the past, they don't care. They're just so happy he's a fan. And oh my god, all of them together was just so adorable. Just watching them freak out over 4town, it was hilarious. I was like, oh my god, that's such a 2002 boy band cliche. So yeah, 4town singing, and everyone's having a good time. And then May's mom shows up, and she's this giant ass red panda, and she's huge. Oh yeah, they also did, like, this before, like, the father was talking to May before the ceremony, saying, like, oh, your mom didn't have a good relationship with her mom because of me, because she chose her, and, like, she chose me over some other dude or something like that. And I kind of wish we could have got a flashback of May's mom, like, her with her mother, like, just to get, like, more depth to her character. Because I feel like a flashback would have helped, like, maybe when she was going against her mom's wishes. I feel like that would have helped, because throughout the movie, May's mom is kind of not like an asshole, but she's kind of like, oh my god, she's kind of like a helicopter mom. So anyways, like, her mom's, like, mad, and she's like, oh, this is garbage, the boy band, and stuff like that. And then the aunts and the grandma comes, and they're like, May, like, distract your mother, like, we gotta get her in the circle and do the ritual so the panda can get out of her. So anyways, this is where May, like, starts to really, like, she starts to rant at her mom, like, you know what, I'm 13, I'm allowed to do things, let me have fun. And the mom doesn't approve of it. And then there's this one scene where she's like, I'm gonna crash. I'm not even sure what the hell that word means. I've never even heard of the word crass. It's like shaking your butt or something. I almost thought it kind of looked like she was twerking. And the mom's like appalled. She's like, oh, that's disgusting. And anyways, May's like kind of almost beating the shit out of her mom, like distracting her, like transforming into a human back into a red panda. And then her mom falls and she's out conscious, but they gotta get her back in the circle. So May turns into a red panda, and she's trying to pull her mom into the circle by the tail. And then the aunts are like, you know what? You know, screw it. And the aunts and the grandma all turn into red pandas, and they break their things so they can transform. It was actually pretty cool. And the singing the song and they're trying to pull her in, and then her friends are singing like the Four Town song, which is barely in the movie, to be honest. Like, they talk about like, oh, Four Town is such a great thing, but they barely sing any of their songs. And anyways, I didn't really care too much about their band, and then Four Town is singing, and they get her into the circle, and then they go back into that realm, and then May sees like her mom like as a teenager. And then she's like, oh, like, maybe I was too hard on you and stuff like that. And then, you know, like, I'm gonna support you. And then the aunts and the grandma go through the portal, getting rid of their pandas. And then the mom is like, you know what, do whatever you want to do. I'll support you all the way. And then May's like, you know, I'm gonna keep the panda. And then everything's all good and happy. And her mom is like, you know, learns to let go of her daughter and let her have fun. And the business is booming, and her and her friends and Tyler are all close now, and that's basically how the movie ends. And my thoughts about it, I thought it was a pretty good movie, but it's very, very predictable. That's my only problem with it, is that it was very predictable. Like, the first time I saw the full, like, trailer, I was like, oh, that's gonna happen, this is what they're doing, it looks like that. I mean, at first I thought in the trailer they were trying to do, like, a contest for Four Town, but I was kind of close, they were just raising money. The trailer I don't know, the trailer just gives away too much nowadays. It's very predictable to see how a movie's gonna turn out, but I still enjoyed the movie. And again, it's set in Canada, and I freaking love that, because again, I'm Canadian. It was a fun movie, I had a good time. It wasn't like, oh, this is like the best movie ever type of thing. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. I know a lot of people didn't like the animation for some reason. Everyone was giving it crap, but I'm like, what the hell? I thought it looked good. I thought it was a very cute movie. It was funny. There were some really funny moments, like again, when Tyler is caught being a fan of Four Town. That was freaking hilarious. There's a lot of funny moments in this movie, and I thought the characters were fine. I don't think I had a favorite character, to be honest. But that doesn't mean I didn't like any of the characters. Again, I really liked May's friends. I thought they were hilarious. They're like that supportive group, and they're just a bunch of nerds. It kind of reminds me of me back in the old days with my old friends when we would, you know, geek out about anime and Vocaloid and stuff like that. It was the good old days, but I thought it was a pretty okay movie. I liked it. A few things I still wish we could have got was like a flashback of May's mom, like with her mother and stuff like that, and, you know, but I thought it was an okay movie. I liked it. It was an okay movie. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I might rewatch it, but it's not a movie I would like gush over. I think I would give this movie like a 5 out of 10. So yeah, those are basically my thoughts about the movie, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know if you guys have seen this movie too. Again, I think it's an okay movie. I thought it was pretty decent. Again, 5 out of 10. And I guess those are like the only things I would change about the movie or want to see in the movie. But yeah, I thought it was an okay movie. I'm still surprised that they said the word crap a few times and they showed period pads. But again, it's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys thought about Turning Red. Did you like it? Did you guys cry at certain scenes? What'd you think of the music? What'd you think of the characters and the art style? So yeah, sorry if I spoiled anything, but again, I warned you guys. So yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will try to get more movie reviews out as possible, because I try to, but then I forget. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my latest videos. And until then, I will see you next time. Goodbye.